Hello again. I'm Walter Ledger, and welcome back to our cryptocurrency journey. In our first video, we talked about how this whole digital money thing isn't really that different from the technological changes we've already lived through. Remember when we thought online banking was crazy? Well, today we're diving into one of my favorite parts of the Bitcoin story. It's absolutely wild history. And I mean wild. We're talking about a mysterious creator who disappeared, a pizza purchase that became legendary, and price swings that would make a roller coaster designer dizzy. Think about it. Bitcoin launched in 2009, the same year the iPhone 3GS came out. Many of us were still using flip phones or Blackberries back then. The digital landscape has changed dramatically since those days, and Bitcoin's journey reflects that incredible transformation. From essentially worthless digital tokens to a market value that rivals Apple or Microsoft, Bitcoin's first decade reads like a financial adventure novel. There are mysterious figures, dramatic crashes, incredible comebacks, and yes, that infamous pizza story that'll make you either laugh or cry, depending on how you look at it. Now, I'm not telling you this story to convince you Bitcoin is the next best thing since sliced bread. I'm telling it because understanding where Bitcoin came from helps us understand what it might become, and whether it deserves a place in our thinking about money and investing. So settle in, because we're about to explore how a 9-page document published by someone we still can't identify launched a financial revolution that's still unfolding today. Let's dive into the wild, wonderful, and sometimes wacky story of Bitcoin's first decade. Picture this. It's May 22, 2010. A programmer named Laszlo Hanyecz is craving pizza. He goes online and offers to pay 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 large pizzas. Someone takes him up on the deal, and those pizzas get delivered. Now here's the kicker. If Laszlo had held on to those 10,000 Bitcoins instead of spending them on pizza, they'd be worth hundreds of millions of dollars today. We now celebrate May 22nd as Bitcoin Pizza Day, probably the most expensive meal in human history. But that story perfectly captures the wild ride that Bitcoin has been on since its very beginning. So buckle up. We're about to take a trip through Bitcoin's roller coaster first decade. Our story starts in 2009. Right after the biggest financial crisis since the Great Depression. People had lost faith in banks, the government was bailing out Wall Street with taxpayer money, and frankly, a lot of folks like us were pretty fed up with the whole system. Into this chaos stepped a mysterious figure, or maybe a group of people, called Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, to this day, nobody knows who Satoshi really is. Could be your neighbor, could be a team of brilliant programmers, could be someone sitting in a basement somewhere. The mystery just adds to the legend. On January 3, 2009, Satoshi published a 9-page document called Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Think of it as the blueprint for a completely new kind of money. Then, on that very same day, Satoshi mined the first Bitcoin block, what we call the Genesis block. And with that, Bitcoin was born. In the beginning, Bitcoin was mainly the plaything of computer geeks and people who valued privacy online. It wasn't exactly mainstream, kind of like how the internet started with academics and tech enthusiasts before your grandkids started using it to watch cat videos. The infamous Silk Road marketplace brought Bitcoin some negative attention by using it for anonymous payments on what was essentially an online black market. The media loved to focus on this dark side, but it actually proved that Bitcoin worked as advertised. It enabled private, direct transactions between people. Let me walk you through Bitcoin's wild price journey, because it reads like a financial thriller. 2011. The first taste of crazy. Bitcoin shot up from less than $1 to $32, then crashed back down to $21. If you thought your stock portfolio was volatile, well, you hadn't seen anything yet. 2013 round 2. Bitcoin climbed from around $13 to nearly $1,200, then fell back to around $200. By this point, people were starting to pay attention. And I mean serious financial people, not just the computer crowd. 2017, the year everyone's nephew started talking about Bitcoin. This was the big one. Bitcoin rocketed from under $1,000 to nearly $20,000. Suddenly, everyone at holiday dinners was asking about cryptocurrency. Then, predictably, it crashed back down to below $4,000 in 2018. I bet a lot of people who bought near the top learned some expensive lessons. 2021, institutions joined the party. Bitcoin reached new highs above $60,000. But this time was different. It wasn't just individual investors. Big companies, investment firms, even some countries started buying Bitcoin as a serious investment. As Bitcoin proved itself, Other cryptocurrencies started popping up like mushrooms after rain. Each one promised to fix something that Bitcoin supposedly couldn't do. Litecoin showed up in 2011, promising faster transactions. Ripple appeared in 2012, focusing on helping banks transfer money. Ethereum launched in 2015 with these fancy, smart contracts. And get this, Dogecoin started in 2013 as literally a joke based on an internet meme, but it gained a huge following anyway. Today, there are thousands of different cryptocurrencies. It's like the Wild West out there. Some are legitimate innovations, others are get-rich-quick schemes, and many fall somewhere in between. Now you might be wondering, Walter, this all sounds fascinating, but what does it mean for someone like me? Well, here's the thing. Bitcoin went from being worth essentially nothing to having a market value that rivals major corporations like Apple or Microsoft. Some early investors who just held on, what we call hodling in crypto speak, saw returns that make winning the lottery look modest. But, and this is important, many people also lost their shirts. For every story of someone becoming a millionaire, there are stories of people who bought at the peak and watched their investment crater. What's really changed in recent years is that Bitcoin has gone from being dismissed by serious financial institutions to being embraced by them. PayPal lets you buy Bitcoin. Visa and MasterCard are working with cryptocurrency companies. Investment giants like Fidelity and BlackRock now offer Bitcoin products to their clients. This isn't your grandson's get-rich-quick scheme anymore. It's becoming part of the mainstream financial system, whether we like it or not. Now, I know some of you are thinking, this all sounds like a bubble waiting to burst. And you might be right. Bitcoin has crashed dramatically multiple times. It's volatile in ways that would make your head spin. The price can swing thousands of dollars in a single day. But here's what's different now. Bitcoin has survived every crash and come back stronger. It's been declared dead by the media over 400 times, yet here it is, still standing. That doesn't guarantee future success, but it suggests this isn't just a fad that's going away. The story of Bitcoin's first decade reads like a financial adventure novel. Mysterious creators, dramatic price swings, technological breakthroughs, and regular people becoming millionaires or losing everything. But here's what I find most remarkable. Through all the chaos and volatility, the underlying technology just kept working. The Bitcoin network never went down. Transactions kept processing. The system did exactly what Satoshi designed it to do. In our next video, we're going to dive into how that system actually works. I'll explain blockchain technology using analogies that won't make your head hurt. Think of it as the digital equivalent of that record book your gardening club keeps, but way more secure and clever. See you next time.